It's been 3 months or so since I saw Tyler the Creator. Call Me If You Get Lost tour. And at some point, I did record a review breakdown, but it never uploaded for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but it didn't. But here we are, 3 months later, fashionably late. But it's all right because I don't think I told you guys it was coming up or dropping. So it's new. It's new to y'all. This concert was very memorable for a number of reasons. Number one, I barely recorded. Now, I don't record a lot, but before I started my first initial streak of concerts all the way back in 2017, at first I was like, oh man, I got to record these moments. But as time and years went on, it's just like I've already recorded so much and experienced so much as I just want to be here for the moment. And seeing as how this was my first big concert since COVID, because COVID had to fuck everything up. I was just, yes, I was hyped, but I really wanted to be in the moment. Secondly, I believe this is the first concert I went out of my way to drink, to have like a cup of liquor, a drink. Now in these arenas, they be taxing. I think I got a cocktail, some alcoholic beverage. I told the person, I was like, hey dog, whatever tastes good. I want a pretty drink. I don't want no hard liquor. I want to be able to sit down, be mellow, and enjoy the vibe. And it was close to $20. Now, maybe that's the normal price. I don't go to basketball games often, but I was like, damn, $20 for this cup. It better be good. I hope he hooked it up. Shit. And thirdly, I don't know what's wrong. Not lastly, actually, I got another one here. Another part was that it was another solo adventure. Went to the concert by myself, by my lonely. This wasn't the first time I've done it, but I enjoy going to concerts by myself. Love it with people, but by yourself is a definitely unique experience. It's your own story, your own journey. Only you will know how the experience went. Like, yeah, you could meet some people, talk about it, record some moments, but it ain't like in the future, like, yo, remember when we went back? No, it's like, no, you talking to yourself. You thinking in your own head, damn, I remember when I went over there and did it by myself. And usually when I go to concerts by myself, I try to engage with the environment more often. I really push myself to do it instead of just, oh, I got my phone here. I could just look around until it starts. Whether it's like small talk, whether it's just maybe looking at colors just extra hard, like, that's a very bright blue wall right there. I wouldn't have noticed that scrolling through. I'm usually more engaged with the environment and interact with people more, from the small talk, hopefully into something more engaging. I don't want to be that guy that keeps on talking and the other person like, oh Lord, can this man shut up? But the vibe is right. Meet some new people, enjoy some conversations, enjoy some good music. And lastly, I attempted to record this, had my camera and everything, my whole set. I didn't try to get a photo pass or anything. I did this last minute. I'm gonna see like, hey, let me see if I could sneak this in. I should have known better. Number one, trying to do this at arena, security and metal detectors. I try to use every excuse in the book on, oh no, I'm part of the crew, whatever, to record, so on and so forth. It didn't slide. So I had to originally I sat through the line with the camera. They said I couldn't go in with the camera. I tried to put any reason I could go in. Nah, it didn't go through. So I had to go walk back to my whip, put the camera in there. And I'm pretty sure. And no. I can't even remember to tell you the truth. I don't think I would have. I hope my past self wouldn't have waited in line after I already going in there. By the way, quick tip: y'all don't go to concerts. Pants with zippers will save your life. You could just don't have to worry about anything getting lost. You could just, peace of mind. Anyhow, so yes, I failed at another concert photo shoot. My photography career continues to be a dumpster fire, mainly because of me. I'm not gonna sit here and say because of reasons beyond my control. No, it's because of me. So going on from there, the first opening act is Tizo Touchdown. So for the artists that are opening before Tyler, Tizo Touchdown, who I've never heard of, Vince Staples. Come on, y'all don't know who Vince Staples is. I'm not here for this. Kali Uchis, man, I was in a whole different experience watching Kali sing, dance, perform. Damn near lost my soul. And Tyler the Creator, of course. Now with Tizo Touchdown, keep in mind I'm in arena. I'm in that first section, not like first row, but a couple rows above first row, and I'm somewhat towards the middle left. So I got a great view. I had a great view, great seat. Shouts out to Ticketmaster. They ain't even sponsoring this. They hooked me up with a seat last minute. And I for man, if you're listening to this right now, my fault. But there was homie to the right of me. We ended up chopping it up. He was pretty cool. Cool vibes. Him just throughout the concert. Somebody that actually knew lyrics. Because let me tell you something. I can't stand when I go to a concert and people ain't dancing to singing to the music. What you here for? To record the entire time? Listen, let me not have a vendetta against people that record the entire time. I used to be that guy. But if you paying money to see someone perform, you got your lights flashing, you got the thing on yourself, and you just that's it. That's it. You wasting the oxygen around me. Get out of here. Anyhow, all the people, the section that I was at from like my row and back, everybody was pretty lit. Shouts out to everybody that was there. There was like three people in front of me who, a couple people, as a matter of fact, they didn't have that energy, and it didn't affect me too much. But I remember at a certain point later on, one of them was like, "Yo, who's Vince Staples?" I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, bro! How you going to a Tyler concert you don't know who Vince Staples is?" Anyhow, Tizo touchdown brought an electrifying performance. I love the aesthetic, everything from the tools used, the building equipment, and the sort of rock punk sound that Tizo had. Now I wasn't familiar with Tizo at all. Completely like slipped through my radar of new artists, music, but that's all right because it happens sometimes. But a lot of people on the floor and in the arena were going crazy. I've seen mosh pits, a lot of people just going wild. I'm like, damn, Tizo touchdown is pretty well known here. Like, I didn't expect this from the very first opener. This was ridiculous, and I appreciated that. Now, some memorable tracks. One that made me want to listen to Tizo after the concert was Mid. I thought Mid was a great track, and I can't remember the name of the other one. I remember Sucker just because of, was it the hook or just some moments where Tizo would just say sucker and then follow up with a verse and sucker and keep going, keep going. I like the repetition on there. That was pretty nice. So going off of Tizo touchdown, electrifying performance. We get down to Vince Staples perform. I want to say, was it? Yes, it was. I have it record. I know. Here I am. I have it recorded. No, there was a specific part I had to where he talks about how he was performing Magic for the first time with DJ Mustard. I just got done doing the review, I want to say a couple days earlier, posting it up on the gram. And man, I was ready for that shit word for word. This was my moment to shine. I've been practicing my whole life for this. And surprisingly enough, the crowd wasn't as strong with Vince Staples as it was for Tizo touchdown. Vince Staples out here playing North North, all blue suede, 745, and the crowd just, I wouldn't say they were cricket, but I'm like, damn, I was just really standing there like, oh, this is what y'all got to show Vince Staples? Everybody in here? Come on, man. I got to turn up. Then I heard a guy in front of me, yo, who's Vince Staples? I'm like, get this fucking lame out of here. Who the fuck is in this concert and don't know who Vince Staples is? What? I'm pissed off right now just thinking about it. Vince Staples put up a great performance. One thing about Vince is he loves having smoke all over his performance. Like sometimes you could barely see him. And for me, I was just like, all right, this is cool. I mean, he rapping his raps. It ain't just back vocals. But it'll be dope if I could see the artist. It's just a bunch of smoke and lights, which is, visually impressive for the first track or two. But afterwards, I don't know, you start coughing, your asthma starts kicking in. Like, the fuck going on here? Afterwards is whenever everything just elevated to a different part of reality. Kali Uchis comes out. I listen to Kali Uchis, but for the life of me, I don't listen enough to remember names of tracks. You ever have that artist where it's like, I listen to them, but you just sort of go on their own playlist or whatever and let the music run through? That's how Kali Uchis is for me. I do know one specifically, and that's with Don Toliver, Drugs and Melodies. When I heard her perform it, the way she was moving, dancing, singing, beautiful. What else can I say? I'm just gonna sign and be like, God damn, that's an experience right there. I didn't appreciate her backup dancers that much. I don't know. I found it sort of, I don't know what they were doing half the time. Like half the time, whether they were like rubbing off on her, I was like, all right, cool. But sometimes they would rub off on each other and dance in their own sections. And I'll just be like, why can't it just be Kali? And her red dress definitely stealing any eyesight in the entire arena. Everything going on to her. Kali just said, delicious. to die for. It's like the most impeccable cold stone ice cream you could eat, but visualize it. Right? Like the best ice cream you ever had. That's what I would give her performance. Going on to the highlight. The reason we're here, because as much as I enjoy Vince Staples and Cali Uchis, there is still somebody on this tour who gonna shut the whole shit down, and that's Tyler the Creator. His set, by the way, always looks impeccable. It's that he has the "Call Me If You Get Lost" house he's been using on his tour, and then across the whole entire, I want to say, runway to the other side. It's usually where it has the garden sort of for the Flower Boy portions and older tracks. But listening to "Call Me If You Get Lost," sorry, I had to breathe real quick. There we go. Listening to "Call Me If You Get Lost" live so soon after listening to the album, I was just like, all right, this is great. This is great. It's just as simple as that. Well, as simple as it is, it was great hearing it because it sort of feels like, I wouldn't say a story, but it's like a play. Whenever Tyler performs, it's like a play being brought out right in front of you. And him starting off with Sir Baudelaire. Hope I didn't butcher that pronunciation. It isn't a track that I skip, but prior to the show, I just always jumped into Corso or Lemonhead for the energy. But that slow build up in the beginning, watching him come out the house and then he's performing, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna start bumping the track a lot more often after this. And from there, everything about Tyler was extremely animated. His storytelling in between tracks about his experiences in certain cities is very well done as far as the comedy in there. Now, for my city, he said that the asthma was kicking his ass, so he had to take his break a couple times because he loves to. Yeah, he just loves to rap the song instead of letting the back vocals fill it in. So shouts out to Tyler for pulling through with all that. But anyways, performing through most of "Call Me If You Get Lost," working his way up into some Flower Boy tracks. And he knew he does it for the ego, but asking the crowd if it's okay for him to play some older tracks. Let me tell you, listening anything from Bastards to Goblin, just going back all that time and to see the crowd in the arena all rapping and singing along to the same track, it's ridiculous. Like, damn, some of us really been listening to Tyler for close to a decade and we still here. Or he got fans that just got invested into Tyler Creator, whether it be Flower Boy, Eagle, or even now and went back into his discography and are hardcore fans. That's what you love to see in an artist. For the fact that his discography has grown and changed from so much since from where he started, and yet everybody that's a fan for the most part enjoys almost all of it. Pretty ridiculous. Anyhow, as far as his sets, music, everything, dancing, jumping, I'll live it, every emotion possible. Great performance from Tyler. A lot of throwbacks. It's many songs, and that's another thing that I love too. When I go to an artist that I've been listening to for a decade plus, knowing almost every single track, word for word, that shit magic right there. It feels like a spell. From all the sets to the energy, fantastic performance for Tyler. And that's it from a "Call Me If You Get Lost" tour breakdown. I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. I got sick a little bit before the weekend started, and it's been a struggle just trying to speak. My throat's just getting dry. But I had to do this episode. I was like, man, you know what? Let me get it out of here. Let me get it out of here. Happy that my whole life I always wanted a golf hoodie. Never for the love of my life was I able to get one. And even when I did want to get one when I was younger, it's just too expensive. When I saw they had a golf hoodie, I think it was extra size larger than usual. I think it's an XL. I usually rock regular large. I copped it instantly. I just had to put that in there. That I copped it. Now, as far as the merch, it didn't interest me that much. I found this sort of boring, some of the merch they have for the "Call Me You Get Lost" tour, but that black golf hoodie, it was great. Very comfy, very comfortable. Oh yeah, and later on, as I was trying to leave the parking garage, number one, I wasn't leaving. The traffic was terrible. Everybody trying to leave at once, garbage. Secondly, there's this lady. Pretty sure she was a mom and her daughter. I don't know what was going on with her, but I literally seen her just straight let go of the gas brakes, whatever, and just ram into the back of another car right in front of me. And it was funny because the people next to me in their car, they were honking, trying to tell her, like, yo, slam the brakes. And she just hit the other car. And I'm like, oh man, I'm really stuck here. I'm really gonna be stuck here for a minute. And yeah, that's the wrap up, man. I would like to go just slightly more in detail, but then I think I might just lose my voice. I might just lose my voice. I don't know how many tours, concerts y'all been. I'm gonna be going to another one soon. I don't know. Should I surprise y'all for who it is? Or I guess no, I'll be going to Kendrick. Maybe going to Kendrick concert soon. And I think that might be it for the year. There ain't nobody else. Kanye, if he ever announces his own tour. But aside from that, catch you guys on the next one.